Dune Awakening has released and I finally get a chance to play out my fantasy of being a messiah. A chance to become the promised one. God, you're so cool, Timothy Chalamet. Isn't he cool? Now I can become the Lisan al-Gaib.
Is this the hairstyle that has been chosen for us here? You know what?
Okay, so maybe I was meant to be a Harkonnen, but maybe like a really cool one, like Fade Rotha.
May thy knife chip and shatter.
May thy knife chip and shatter. Ow, ow, fuck.
Okay, I promise you that things are about to get a lot more badass. Just watch this. Cue the music, cue the music.
You fought well, bandit.
Okay, so clearly I have a bit of a ways to go, but that's kind of what makes Dune Awakening so appealing.
Dune Awakening!
It's this literal sandbox where you, the player, are thrown into the world of Arrakis, where you gotta build.
Okay guys, look, we have stairs now for our door.
Fight.
Here we go.
Survive.
Yo, there's the worm.
And progress an actual story.
I feel like I'm in Dune. Oh, we got the ornithopters.
Let's go.
And all the while, there's other players just running around, trying to do the same thing.
Okay, that's the universal sign here.
I spent about 15 hours in the game thus far, playing pretty casually, but I want to take you through my journey, show you my experience, and I got a lot to share. So let's go.
Oh, he just got taken up by that door. Dude, that's a big ass desert mouse.
Ow, you stabbed me.
Just threw a grenade at him like that. Look at him go. Good luck, my friend. Holy sh! There's a worm! Go, run! Run! Yo! That looks sick though. Let me introduce you to Kev Pampa, an homage to Fade Rotha. Look like I'm fresh out the Shaolin Temple right now. I dare say a title worthy enough to carve a legacy into the sands of Arrakis itself. Kev. Kevin! Yeah, that's right. I'm taking after my Harkonnen brothers and sisters. It's my brethren. I'm not as pale as a lot of them though, which is something you can kind of flesh out during the character creation process, but it's all just for flavor. Dune Awakening takes place in an alternate timeline.
House Atreides survived the Battle of Arrakeen.
Oscar Isaac, one where the Atreides and Harkonnen are both hale and whole, vying for power on Arrakis.
All my visions lead to horror, except this one. This one leads to you.
To me? To me? And while this game is a survival MMO, there is a main story to follow. And as somebody who hasn't read the books but loves the movies, I'm totally down to see where this journey takes us. The sun, it burns my pale skin. Our main goal as the player character is to find the Fremen. Hello, Zendaya. And really, that was the biggest draw for me, the Dune IP, and I am happy to report that this game reeks of Dune. You got the Atreides, you got the Harkonnen, who apparently in this game are portrayed more accurately to how they are in the books. It seems they're a lot more tame in the movies. Yeah, we got freaking slave cages over here. There's a lot of lore drops in here. We got names.
The Duke is a weak fool, and his house will
How
fall.
dare you talk about Oscar Isaac that way? Names of houses. No idea who you are. Names of events within the Dune universe, many that I'm not familiar with. What is the Salusan Holocaust? And I'm also not sure how many of these pertain to this alternate timeline or are actual familiar events that some of you might recognize from reading the books. But every now and then, they'll throw out a name that I am familiar with. Duncan's Dojo. But there's no Jason Momoa here. I demand Jason Momoa. And of course, we got that premium spice. Oh, that's the good stuff. That's the good stuff. And I mean, we got the desert. There's sand everywhere. Sand on the ground. It's coarse and rough. It gets everywhere. I hate it. Sand, storms. Oh my God, this is an actual, yeah, that's a sandstorm. I'm gonna die.
Why are you dying, Kev?
I think it's the sandstorm. Sand, worms. Oh, shiza. And a micro sandwich fabric. Got a micro sandwich fabric. Sandwich. So I need micro sandwich. Micro sandwich. Need micro sandwich. Oh yeah, that's right. There's a whole game surrounding my Dune universe here. Because as somebody who hasn't played a ton of survival games, there's quite a few things to learn and keep track of. There's a nice little starting tutorial to get us familiarized with all the basics. What if I go in the fire? What if I stand in the fire? Oh, I'm on fire!
A few moments later.
Oh yeah, I'm on fire. I'm definitely on fire. And the main story as a whole will continue to be our guide as we progress narratively. Oh, I'm tripping balls. I'll see you guys. Sounds like there's a worm like really close.
Yeah, it was coming
there is a
after
worm.
me when I collapsed in the middle of the desert because of this cutscene.
And mechanically. So we gotta, okay, now we're in the, okay, now we gotta craft some stuff. There is an option to opt out of this standard progression though. And being a survival game, there are things one must do to survive. Hydration is one of the big survival mechanics. No need to worry about food or hunger, but definitely stay hydrated. You're dehydrated. I hate, guys, if there's one thing that grinds my gears is being dehydrated, so. That's right, I'm talking to you right now. Go on, go take a sip of water. I'll wait. Water can be obtained in various ways from the environment itself. The dew!
I'm
The dew
doing
is
the
here.
dew, man.
To the blood of thine enemies. Dude, I just love sucking. That's correct. You can just straight up drink blood in this game, and it actually does hydrate you pretty well. But there are more efficient ways to utilize this precious life source, because water is not only fuel for you, but you'll need it to craft things in the future. Now, hear me out. The sun is hot. And if you stay in the sun for too long, you will suffer adverse effects, including dehydration, loss of stamina, and heat stroke. Maybe I'll just chill out here in the sun and just get a nice tan. This is another survival element, which is pretty cool because you can combat this via many different ways. Basically the same ways that you might combat it in real life. Enjoy your time in the desert. Don't let the sun get you. Apply SPF. Make sure you apply that SPF, okay? For example, in real life, you might make yourself a still suit, which not only gives you more sun protection, but it helps to recycle your bodily fluids.
You'll be drinking your own liquefied feces.
Oh,
And
delicious.
that does not count as hydration, by the way.
So appetizing. When you are traveling around, simply seeking shade is another way to stay alive. Out of the sun. Out of the sun. But utilizing structures or enclosed spaces or building your own base may be your best bet. I hope that one day I can create something as magnificent as this. But before you can build, you gotta gather resources. And to gather resources, you gotta comb the desert.
We ain't found shit.
I think this game does a good job between balancing the vast mundaneness of a desert biome with enough spice of life to give the environment some character. I think this becomes more evident as you move between zones, as the two zones that I've been in have characteristics which make them feel a bit more distinct from each other. The sand is changing color. But this often means crossing long stretches of desert. Kai!
Yep.
Get to the rocks, Kai! Get to the rocks! Yo, that's mass. Up. But within each zone, there's a lot that makes it feel a bit more alive. Of course, you have the worms constantly gravitating towards any vibrations you make on the open sand. I don't see the worm. I think the worm's gone.
It's coming.
Oh, it's coming. It's coming. It's coming. It's going for you.
Yeah, I'm
It's
not
going
making it
for
through.
you.
Zero chance.
Kai! Run, Kai! Run, Kai! Oh, you made it! And the aforementioned sandstorms. There is a large sandstorm approaching. How long is it gonna last? That will put a number on you or your vehicles. Oh yeah, that bit. Oh, good luck, bike. Good luck. Good luck, I believe in you. You know, that's kind of cool. It seems darker in here because of that. Like, it's coming in through here. Look at that, isn't that kind of cool? There are random things that will occur from time to time, such as these big purple explosions that you'll learn more about as you progress through the game.
If you right click, you switch options. On the right.
Yo!
Whoa!
What was that? Yo, what's that? Holy shit. What's going on over there? You'll come across camps of NPCs, some hostile. Oh, I'm getting shot at from all angles right now. Some friendly, some alive, some dead. Are those guys sleeping over there? Oh, these guys are just dead. Oh, they're just dead. There's little caves, PvP areas, and dungeons. But more on that later. There are these Sardaukar ships patrolling the skies. Just two dudes in a corner.
We're not good. We're not good.
Just two dudes in a corner. Just two dudes in a corner, you know, just relaxing, you know, having a good time. Just looking for a chance to get the drop on you. I guess it alerts you. Oh, Kai!
Oh God, where are you?
Guy! And there's random wreckages filled with salvageable materials. We're like those guys on Tatooine. What are those called?
The Jawas.
The Jawas, yeah. And these materials, along with other natural resources, is what you'll be gathering. And the gathering mechanic is actually really satisfying to me. Bzzz. That's kind of satisfying, I'm not gonna lie. It's a little bit satisfying. Bzzz. I feel like a Jedi with my lightsaber gun. Now the map is broken down into subsections that you'll progress through, each one kind of governed by a new tier of material defined. And oftentimes your main quest or side quests, aka contracts, will prompt you to explore points of interest. Now the building in this game is something I'm going to give an honest try to really explore as I continue progressing. I never considered myself a creative builder. This is my super minimalist square house that I'd like to try to give some flourish to bit by bit, but my friend Kai here has a pretty cool aesthetic going on, and he hasn't even unlocked all the building and interior decoration sets yet. So I'm excited to see how this develops in the future. Now, does the building in Dune Awakening have that creative power that I've seen in games like Valheim? No, not quite to that extent, but I suppose the more minimalistic style of structures here kind of fits this desert world. The building itself feels kind of janky, like with some of the snapping, but I'm not really experienced in builders as a whole, nor am I used to how building works in this game, but there are some cool things going for it. I'm excited to further explore the crafting loop itself, as I'm just scratching the surface, but I've had a fun time going out and getting the resources I need in order to accomplish my next goals. It's really fulfilling watching my operation slowly expand. I think the animations for a lot of these stations are really awesome, the Fabricator being my favorite. And in the future, when I probably will move my base somewhere else, there's this neat little tool that allows me to save the blueprint of my current layout, making it so I don't have to start my planning from scratch if I didn't want to. I imagine what I've experienced here with building is only a fraction of what is possible towards the end game. Okay, let's talk about the combat a little bit, because as I mentioned before, you'll be coming across all sorts of combatants and combative areas during your travels. Now, the NPC combat AI isn't anything special. I've seen them do everything from trying to heal right in front of me. They're trying to bandage up, right? May thy knife chip and shatter. Bruh. You trying to just bandage yourself right in front of me? Walk aimlessly around the battlefield.
Hello there.
Yeah. Are you gonna win?
Melee users often try to close the distance on you, but sometimes they just don't. He brought a knife to a gunfight. Look at them bringing knives to gunfights. Sometimes they're just kind of stuck. Oh, there's a guy right here. He had the high ground, but I had the element of surprise. And I guess they like to bunny hop sometimes. He's just hopping. He's just hopping. He likes hopping, don't he? But just because the combat can get a bit janky at times, it doesn't mean it's not fun. Right in the dick! Oh my god. I think there's some cool features that make combat in Dune Awakening special or different. No, oh, right in the dick. Now this is some Dune flavor here, but because of the shields that people in the Dune universe tend to use, there is a slow piercing mechanic going on here. Come on, let's go. Right through the shield. Ooh! Just like the movies, the best way to pierce one's shield is with a slow melee attack, usually done after parrying or with these slow piercing rounds. Oh, yo, that sword is kind of, oh, that would have been sick if I comboed that. I think this is great. It adds another layer to think about during combat. Oh, I'm out of stamina. I'm swinging. Kai, you got this? I'm too drunk.
Oh, no.
Another awesome thing is, and for reference, I'm only in the second zone of the game progression-wise, but I've noticed how the enemies evolved as I progressed. For example, in the second zone, this is where I started to come across these big dudes. Yo, that guy has a freaking laser. Oh shit. Oh shit! Not only do they have a Gatling gun of some sort, they also have this defensive pulse. I'm gonna stagger his ass. I'm gonna stagger his ass till he gives... Oh, he just did something. What the hell was that? And on the player side of things, the best thing about Dune Awakening is you are not locked into a singular class. You can mix and match and crossbreed between every single talent tree. Some of them are PvE based like the Planetologist. You got some Bene Gesserit skill trees, which is kind of like the force sensitive option in a Star Wars game. Some focus on ranged playstyles, others melee, and there's a whole host of mobility options. In fact, that's one of the things I love the most about Dune Awakening. For example, I have the Shigawire Claw skill that allows me to grapple to a certain point. And that, combined with certain items in the game, I'm using a suspensor belt here, which kind of lets me maintain a certain momentum. All of this allows me to move across the map in ways that I wasn't expecting to. That wasn't as cool as I thought because there was some delay between me getting up there and activating my shout and the shout activation time, but the idea was there. And for some of the skills and items that I have at my disposal, it was really cool when I saw an enemy NPC use the same technology. Oh, they fly! He has a jetpack thing like me!
You thought you were special.
And again, I'm only in the second zone, so I'm curious to see how these NPCs develop as I continue to progress. Can I climb this? Ow! Wait, I just ran a guy over. You can run people over. Now, I haven't done any PvP yet. There are ways to access it in the early levels, but from what I understand, most of it is gated into the late game progression, and I'm actually down for some PvP. I always enjoy a little bit here and there, and I've seen some gameplay of it. The best way I can describe it is, it seems kind of intimate, especially based off how I understand the server populations and funneling of the populations to work. Smaller player sizes leading to smaller skirmishes, but because of that, you become a bit more familiar with some of the names that you see out in the world, which can lead to really cool and meaningful experiences. But for now, all I really have access to is these PvE zones. And Dune Awakening has some areas kind of equivalent to a dungeon in a typical RPG. Now, these aren't instants, so if somebody ran in before you and cleaned house, well, you might not have anything to fight. Well, it looks like someone did our job for us.
They may respawn on top of us, so be careful.
But there's some nice depth to these, and the second one I went into felt pretty lengthy. It kind of has a similar ambiance to entering a Skyrim dungeon or Fallout bunker. There's kind of a story or history that can be learned through various holograms or audio tapes found throughout these areas, but there's definitely not as many locations like this as you would find in a Skyrim or Fallout, or typical MMORPG for that matter. So far, I've only gone through what feels like 2 true dungeons, and I've only been through 2 zones, so maybe there's only 1 per zone. But I think there's a nice foundation here for future development. Oh, this is like a big boss.
We're picking him up though.
Stab you in the dick! So what is the verdict here, guys? Is Dune Awakening a fun game? I would give it a would get swallowed by Shai Hulud out of 10 rating. It is fun. I'm having a great time playing right now, but my experience may be very different from those who have reached the endgame, something I don't imagine I'll reach for quite a while. This is an MMO. There are other players running around. Hello, friend? But aside from the major community hubs, I haven't really run into many others. But shout out to this person who dropped me some money in Harco Village. Wait, he just left me money. I do have 2 other friends playing, so it is nice to have the option to group up, but you can definitely play solo. Not sure what the solo experience is like in the endgame though. And yes, there's definitely some jank, but jank never stopped me from enjoying and immersing myself into a game. I know they just released a patch to fix some things, so I'm excited to see what heftier content drops they'll have in the future. And as a fan of Dune, I definitely recommend other fans of Dune to give it a shot. And for all the other players out there, I think there's a solid survival game underneath this coating of Dune. Thank you for giving me the honor of your most valuable resource of all, your time. Come find us live on Twitch or here on this YouTube channel. Let me know what you think about Dune Awakening, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. I've entered the wreckage. Oh, shit! They have good mines!
Yeah.
So I took care of the mines.
Did you?
I'm taking care of them right now.
Yep, you're still in the process of taking care of the mines. Let's see.
Yep,
Yep,
still taking care of them. Yep, there they go.